Well. So, your boy, JJ Lieberman, might have done the worst purchase of his life. I bought merchandise to sell after shows because I want to make a little bit more money to support these fucking dogs I have. And I bought candles. I thought, what a great idea. I love candles. I can get them flavored to smell like coffee and Fruity Pebble cereal. What a great idea. I go to do a theater with Che Arena in Boston, 1,100 people, and only one person bought the candle. One person bought the candle. They bought two, thank God. So now I'm stuck $385 with just a bunch of candles. Dude, I burn candles all the time. I could live 10 lives to 90 years old, and I could not get through these candles. So Ryan and Danny on the Boys Cast, Ryan Long, Danny Polachuk, they asked me, they looked at me and they said, why did you buy candles? And I thought, in the moment, I thought it was a fucking brilliant idea. I should have bought cum rags, but I bought candles. I like candles. I would think anyone else loves candles. What a great way to support me and my retarded dogs. Just buy JJ's candles. It's got my face on it. They smell great. Nobody buys them. And plus, I'm fine with owning up to making mistakes. We all make mistakes. I've slept with people without protection. Worse decision than buying $400 worth of candles that I can't sell. But I'm just like, you know what? I'm not selling shit till I become famous. Although, hey, if you're in Ohio, I will be with Ryan Long February 6th, 7th, 8th in his Ohio date. So I'm going to bring 20 candles. If I can sell 20 candles and sell them at literally what I bought them for, I bought them for $7 each. $7 a fucking candle. And I'll sell them for 10. I make 30% profits on my candles, but that's great. In my mind, I'm like, but if I sell 10,000 candles, I made $30,000. If I have to sell 10,000 candles to make $30,000, I'm fucking quitting comedy. I'm not doing it. Should have just gone with the cum rags. What a great idea. But so that's item number one. The terrible candle purchase from your boy JJ Lieberman. And then, I don't know. Stupid decisions. If I was a female, great choices. Candles, these fucking bitches, what a great idea. Because they support anyways. And let me tell you something. The Fruity Pebbles candles, unbelievable. And my house smells like Fruity Pebbles. Right now, this podcast is going to be called Fruity Pebbles because it smells like Fruity Pebbles. But I did that. And then the UFC was in Toronto this weekend, which obviously I'm in New York. And I'm not like a huge UFC fan, but I love Rogan and I love Dana White. And you know what it comes down to? Those guys get so much hate from so many people. Same with Dave Portnoy. And it just comes down to the jocks have turned out to be the smartest human beings in the world. Jocks, maybe not the most studious. Maybe they're not great with vocabulary. That's what, the studious become politicians and they're the fucking crooks. They're the fucking shysters. They're the snake oil salesmen. But the jocks, the Dana Whites of the world, the Joe Rogans, the Dave Portnoys, the creative, the bros, and they fucking are on point with almost everything. Almost everything. I'm part of the mafia. I'll say it again. Didn't get vaccinated because of Rogan. Don't eat toppings on my pizza because of Portnoy. Although, side note, this fucking cheap ass chair, I will eat a Detroit style pizza with toppings because there's just so much bread. How fucking fat do you have to be where you're literally getting a loaf of bread with a little cheese and marinara? No, you need toppings on that. So I like the fungi when they put the mushrooms on, the cremini mushrooms on the pizza and a little ricotta. It's phenomenal. But yeah, there's that clip of Dana White after the Sean Strickland video where Sean Strickland's like, yo, I don't have to subscribe to your ideas, and you don't. You don't have to fucking subscribe. And then that fucking gay-ass reporter's like, how much leash? And Dana White's like, yo, Dana White let me tell you something. He don't give a fuck. And it wasn't because all of a sudden he has all this power and now he doesn't give a fuck. That's how it always is. He's never given a fuck. That's a game he plays, and that's why where he is where he is now. Now, the flip side of it, there's 10,000 guys like me who don't give a fuck. And I'm recording this podcast into the fucking Ethernet world, the interwebs, for 50 people. But I still don't give a fuck, and it's pretty good. There's like a moment here or there every day that I get angry. But other than that, I'm like, yo, I say whatever the fuck I want. And not saying that's like great, but it's fun. It's fine. It's good for comedy. Now, if I worked in the real world, I'd probably be begging for money on a street corner right now. But I don't. So that's yeah. Dana White said, yeah. What do you think these are? Children? That is the world we live in. When you work for a corporation, you're literally like you're in school again. You have to be like, hey, how are you? You can't act out. Can I go to lunch now? Can you imagine that? You're making a living. You pay a mortgage and you have to ask when you can go for food. Can I take a break today? Fuck you, suck my dick. Fuck out of here. I don't pay no mortgage. I don't, but I also like eat whenever I want. I wake up whenever I want. That seems so much better. Being broke, not paying a mortgage, seems better than paying a mortgage and then like, yes, sir. Okay, we got a team meeting at 9 and then you have to pretend like you like the people who you work with. No, just suck my dick. I'd rather be in this situation recording to 10 people who are going to watch this podcast than to like make $100,000, wear something you don't want to wear every day. Look at me, I'm wearing a Fleshlight t-shirt. How ill in the head. And that's how most people are. That's how most people are. And then all of a sudden they like, comes out like, yo, this person's crazy. Like, yeah, everyone's fucking crazy. They just want to pay their rent and pay their bills. But yeah, I don't know. I just found it so freeing to watch a guy like Dana White do it. It really is freeing. But most people can't because, again, you're back in school. You're back to answers for someone. You have to play this game. And I just, like, I'd rather be broke, not, you know, what am I going to do in 20 years when I can't make money in comedy anymore? Maybe even 10 years. Like, oh, I'm screwed. But hopefully I still have famous friends that are like, yo, JJ's not bad. JJ's good at comedy. It's just a little bit of a loose cannon. But yeah, that's basically why I'm in New York, because my friends are fucking badasses. They're great at comedy. And they're just fucking badass human beings. They're great dudes. And they're like, yo, JJ, you want to come on the road? You want to do a podcast? And I'm like, yeah, this is great. It's great. This fucking chair. We'll get a setup eventually. We're going to have a setup. We're going to have the best setup. That's the best. It's even like, you know, in 2016, you know what the difference is from 2016 to 2024? You're going to see a lot more Trump mega ads because people don't care anymore. I said this on the fucking stage. I want a woman to become president so bad. I would love a woman to become president so bad. Watch her screw it all up and say, it's not just men who stink. And that's what happened in the last 4 years. It's not just orange man bad. Every man who wants that kind of power stinks. They suck. I have a little power. Yo, if I was a McDonald's manager making less than $58,000 a year, you get to treat a 16-year-old like a piece of shit, like basically a fucking zero. And that's what they love about it. Like, yeah, you didn't make the fries correctly. And then these kids can't even fucking snap back. Or else they're fired. And they're like, I couldn't care. They're high anyways. That's the other thing. People get mad at people who get fast food. I once got mad. Someone screwed up my burger. They didn't put bacon on my burger at Wendy's. And I threw the burger right against the wall. It's like, you show them. And like, yo, if anything, that gives content for the people that work. They're like, yo, there's this crazy balding dude. No, this was like 20 years ago when I had hair. But it was in Calgary, Alberta. It was in Calgary. And I just chucked the burger in the garbage. And I'm like, yo, I show them. And then 20 minutes later, I'm just with no burger. And I'm like, yo, I'm hungry. I'm so hungry right now. You don't win. Tantrums don't win. Some bitch at the comedy club last night. I've done comedy for 10 years. I've seen almost a fight multiple times, but last night, I don't know what happened with this chick, 8 p.m., 7 people in the crowd, she was heckling, and then all of a sudden, I guess it was the alcohol plus Oxycontins, and she just stood up in a rage. She went to go fight the female comic on stage, and then she told, this is the greatest part, she lifts up the chair, I'm gonna hit, she goes to this one chick in the crowd, I'm gonna hit you, I'm gonna kick your ass, and the chick's like, you can't touch me, and she's like, you can't say anything, you have a man, you're lucky. I was laughing. And she dropped her phone, like, oh, she's like, oh, and Karen's dropping her phone, and I picked up the phone, and I was like, here you go, Karen. It was great, it was fantastic. You don't want to say you live for moments like that, because you don't want to see that. But once in a while, you know, inside the catacombs of your body, you love to see a meltdown. You don't want to see meltdowns every day, but you want to see a good meltdown once a month. Once a month, you just realize, oh man, this person has it going so bad in life for them, and you want to see them melt down, and that keeps you in check. That keeps you in check when you're like, nah, when you're about to throw a tantrum, you're about to snap in public. You just in your mind, you're like, oh, you remember that crazy bitch on Percocets and alcohol? And then you just bite your tongue and you walk away, and then you go scream in an alley where no one can see you, and then you go back to living. And nobody knows this ever happened. That's between you and God. Between you and God, your little tantrum. But anyhow, if you were here right now and smelled how good my apartment smells, you would literally DM me to ship you one of these Fruity Pebble candles. They're amazing. Anyways, February 6th, 7th, and 8th with Ryan Long in Ohio, Perrysburg, Columbus, then Cincinnati. I think those are the date. And then at the end of the month, February 29th, we will be in Dallas for February 29th, 1st and 2nd. And then I will also be in Austin, Texas, either the week before or the week after. So other than that, love this. It's been great. Thank you guys very much for tuning in, liking, subscribing, doing whatever. I don't even give a fuck. As long as you're here, you're queer. This is great. Thanks again. JJ Lieberman.